let's get started. I'm just gonna quickly introduce what we're gonna do today, and I'll keep it to half an hour because I know you guys are busy, so I'm gonna try to keep it to half an hour, okay? Let's see. So what we'll do, first, I'll talk a little bit about how to incorporate the body reboot into your lifestyle. So everything we've done in the last 14 days, we're going to talk about how we can keep that going. Then I'm going to answer any questions you have. So I got some questions through email. I'm going to answer those, and also if anyone has any questions, just put them in the comment box where it says questions at the bottom, on the bottom left side. It says questions. You can put your questions there and I'll answer them. And then I'm gonna share with you the 2 gifts that I have for you, and then I'll also talk about my new launch coming up, I think in a week or so. Sounds good? Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna start, and as people come in, you guys can catch up. There is also going to be a recording, so I'll put that up as well. I'll send it to everyone, okay? All right. So yeah, let's talk about the last 2 weeks. Many of you kept up for 2 weeks, so congratulations. That is awesome. Some of you fell off the wagon, but I know it's not easy. You know, it takes time, it takes commitment to do these challenges. So the idea of the challenge is to, you know, learn something new and kind of introduce something new to your eating habits, to your lifestyle. So the idea of the challenge is to clean up your eating habits, but then if you go back to eating the way you used to eat, obviously there's no point. So my purpose for this is that it was for you guys to learn a little bit more about healthy eating, and then we're going to take that and we're going to put that into our daily life, our lifestyle. So how do we do that? The best thing I would say here is to look at it as an 80-20 rule. So obviously you cannot eat perfectly clean all the time, right? I can't either. So as long as for 80% of the time you're eating healthy, you know, you're having your vegetables and you're making sure you have all the right nutrients, so the proteins, the vegetables, the fats, healthy grains, healthy carbs, then you're good. For 80%, that's good. For the other 20%, do whatever you want. You can have cakes, you can have ice creams, you can enjoy a burger with fries, you can go get drunk, do whatever you want, it's fine. So this is a healthy lifestyle where you have a good balance between the two, right? And everything we've done here, I'd say slowly start reintroducing the foods that you have eliminated. For some people, it's harder than others. I know some of you guys eat really well. And then others, you need a little bit of a push, right? So take it easy and do it slowly. As long as you get to a point where you're at this happy point where you're eating well most of the time, but you're also, you know, indulging yourself and you're not limiting yourself, you should be good. Okay. So I'm gonna start answering your questions, the ones that I got through email, and also anything that comes up here, just throw it in the question box and I'll answer them, okay? Let's see. So, okay. Any tips on how to eat healthy when eating out? That's a good one. So eating out. Now, it really depends on where you eat out, right? Everybody is different. So if, let's say, if you're going to a bar or a pub, you're going to a pub and you're going to order burger and fries. How can you make that healthy? I'm not saying don't eat that. You can have it once in a while, right? With the glass of beer, sure, why not? How do you make that healthy? There are some ways. So first of all, the side order. Look at the side order. Try to have a healthy side order. So instead of having fries, why don't you order a side salad, right? And make sure the salad, you keep it simple. So if you order Caesar salad, it comes with extra calories and extra things that we don't know what's in it. So order a simple garden salad with dressing on the side, and then you can use less of the dressing, because I find usually they put way too much dressing on the salad and then it just kind of waters it down, and then there's just too much of it. So side order of a salad, and salad dressing on the side. Now, in terms of the burger, you can also do it this way. You could say, I don't want the bun, but I want the fries, so that you don't have too many carbs in one meal, right? So you could have a bunless burger with fries on a salad. That is a healthier alternative, right? If you're going to a regular restaurant, like, I mean, not a fast food pub place. If you're going to a regular restaurant, then again, you want to make sure you always order a side salad, because the salad will fill you up and it is, fresh and healthy. And then you generally tend to eat less of everything else when you have a salad first. Try to keep things like, carbohydrates, things like rice and noodles and pasta to a minimum. Unfortunately, I find that in most restaurants, they tend to put like half the plate carbs, and then the vegetables are, in this little corner hiding. So you can always ask for extra vegetables. You can always say, can you put less rice, more vegetables? Generally in restaurants, they can accommodate that. So that's a good way of eating out healthy, and just, look out for healthier restaurants. So I find I go check reviews, and I also look at the menu before I go, so that I can see, is there anything healthy that I can order there? Yeah, do your research before you go, okay? I hope that answers your question. Next question. What are your thoughts on the ketogenic diet for weight loss? Okay, so the ketogenic diet, for anyone who doesn't know, it's mostly low carbs, high fat. Now, I'm not a fan of diets per se. So when I work with my clients, I don't tell them, I'm going to put you on a ketogenic diet or I'm going to put you on a paleo diet. I don't really do that, because we're all different and we all need a different approach to heal our body. So for weight loss, I personally believe that weight loss is just a side effect of healthy habits, right? Of a healthy lifestyle. So we work on that. We work on, treating any underlying health conditions that there may be that are hindering your weight loss. So yes, diet is important, but it's not about a specific diet. It's more the overall, how should I call this? It's the relationship you have with your foods. If you have a healthy relationship with your foods, if you have a healthy lifestyle, then you're going to lose weight naturally. So it's not about a diet. I find that when people go on a diet, it stresses them out, because then there are these rules that, okay, I cannot eat this, I cannot eat that, and I have to follow these rules. So ketogenic diet, I have to make sure I have a certain amount of fats and a certain amount of carbs so that I can hit the ketosis. It's stressful. Naturally, when you are losing weight or when you're working on losing weight, your diet will probably end up being ketogenic in some shape or form. But really, the goal here is to customize it for yourself. So one size does not fit all. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. And we have to look at your food sensitivities, at your gut health, whether there is inflammation in the body, your sleeping, your stress levels, your hormones. So all those things play a huge role. So it's not just the diet. I hope that answers your question. I know it's not quite about the ketogenic diet, but again, I'm not a big fan of specifically putting people on specific diets. Okay, we can talk more about that if you want to know more. I have a hard time giving up pop. Can you recommend any healthier alternatives? So pop, I mean, soda, drinks, Coke, Pepsi, right? Sprite, 7-Up, what else is there? There's the orange one, orange Fanta, I think. There's so many, right? Let me just get some tea here. Now, it's hard to give them up, especially Coke, because Coke can be addictive. There's caffeine in it. And then anyone who drinks diet Coke or diet pop in general, there's aspartame in it, which can also be very addictive. And obviously sugar is addictive too, right? And there is the fizziness, the carbonation, which makes you feel happy. So it's, yeah, I get it. It's hard to give it up. Alternatives, healthier alternatives to pop. There are a few things I can recommend. Now, obviously, these things are not going to taste like pop. Nothing tastes like Coke. Would you agree? Nothing tastes like Coke, right? But we do have healthier alternatives that can help you slowly move away. So one thing I would recommend, for example, if you're drinking Coke, first of all, stay away from Diet Coke. It's worse than regular Coke. Have the regular Coke if you absolutely have to, but have half the can. So don't drink the whole thing, drink less, drink it slowly, really try to, pay attention to the drink. So be mindful of it. And you're going to end up drinking less already. If you want an alternative, so a simple thing you can do, for example, Perrier, which is, natural mineral water, if you take that and you squeeze in some lemon or lime into it, you could even add a little bit of honey if absolutely necessary, but that will have a similar texture as maybe 7-Up. Obviously not exactly the same, but it is a healthier version, right? So that's one alternative, having sparkling water and flavoring it with either lemon, or you can throw in some other fruits, frozen berries, for example. You can also throw in some mint to make it minty. That's one alternative. The other alternative, probably more for anyone who drinks Coke because it's a little bit harder to substitute, I recommend trying kombucha. Try kombucha. I know a lot of people freak out with kombucha because it's a fermented tea, but it's fizzy. It has that carbonation and it's natural. If the kombucha is made properly, the fizziness should be natural, the carbonation, and it's fermented, so it's good for your gut. There is a little bit of sugar and caffeine in it, so that will give you the energy. But the sugar and caffeine really comes from the preparation. So the way kombucha is made, you take a SCOBY, which is it's like a yeast and bacteria, and you put that in black tea, which is high in caffeine, black tea, and lots of sugar. And then the bacteria eats the sugar and caffeine, and they get happy, and they start secreting all these good bacteria that are really good for our gut. And then we drink that, and we feel good. Just take it easy with it, because it is detoxifying, so it can have strong effects on your body. The first time I drank it, I had body ache because it was just the side effect of the detoxification. So take it easy. Don't drink too much. Just have like a little shot before dinner. That's really good. And then you can just sip on it if you ever need that. If you ever have a need for a pop, get kombucha and have half of the glass, half of the bottle. The bottles are small, so don't drink too much. But I think those are some things that can help you kind of move into a healthier alternative. See how that works. Play around with it, okay? Now, what other questions do we have? Let's see here. How long am I supposed to have no sugar? I find it hard to remove it from my diet. So during the 14 days, I asked you guys to remove the processed sugars from your diet. That is really, I must say, that is the hardest thing to do. People have challenges. I had a challenge myself. I did it with you guys, and it was challenging, yes. But again, this is not forever. So all I was asking was to remove the refined sugars. There are still a lot of natural sugars that you can have, as long as it's in moderation. So you can have fruits, you can have honey, you can have maple syrup, you can have dates. Dates are high in sugar, yes, but they're also high in fiber. So having 2 dates a day instead of having a piece of cake is so much healthier, right? So it's not about how long you need to remove the sugars. Again, as I mentioned earlier, it's more about incorporating these habits into your lifestyle. So, if you're already leading a healthy lifestyle, then don't worry about it. But if you have a lot of challenges, and let's say you tend to eat a lot of sweets, a lot of cookies, cakes, ice cream, drink a lot of pop, right? Then slowly start becoming mindful about it and start minimizing those things. So substitute them with healthier alternatives. So it's never about just completely removing it from your diet. It's more about substituting it, replacing it with healthier alternatives. So the things that I mentioned, right? So it's really, you're never going to completely remove sugar from your diet. It's going to be very hard. There are certain conditions, health conditions, that will require that. But for the general population, you don't need to completely remove sweets from your diet. Just, consume healthier sweets. Our brain needs sugar to function. So here, I'll tell you something. The first time I removed sugar from my diet, it was when I was studying and I realized how bad sugar is for us. And I was like, okay, I'm going to remove everything. No sugar, no more, because I didn't know any better. Day 3, I almost fainted because my brain was not working properly. I had brain fog, and I was not feeling well. So be mindful about that. It's not about completely removing it. It's about having healthier alternatives, okay? So what I'll do, if there are any other questions, send them over. These were the questions that I got through email, so I already answered them. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to briefly, it's already 8:20, so I'm going to briefly talk about the gifts I have for you. So for anyone who did the 14-day challenge, what I've done, I put together a breakdown of the 14 days, so a step-by-step guide to how to reboot your body in 14 days to get restored, refreshed, and rejuvenated. And I put that all together for you guys so that you can, go back to it, look at it. If you ever want to do it again, you can do that. You can share it with your friends if you want them to do it. So I'll send that over, okay? So that way you have it. And actually, you know what? I'm going to also do another challenge, the same challenge, on October 11th. So if you know anyone who would like to do this, just let them know. Send them the link. I'll post it on the page and I'll email it to you. Just send them the link and say, hey, sign up. If you liked it, they might like it too. And the other gift I have, this is a special gift. I have very few availabilities for this. This will depend on my schedule this week. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to offer anyone who would like to, get a little bit more information about how to take care of themselves, I'd like to offer you a 20-minute free coaching session. So I'm going to email you the link where you can book your session. And this will just, it's like a extension of what you've done in the 14 days. This will help you to get more personal tips, more private tips on specifically what you need to work on. And that will help you to move forward with your wellness goals, okay? Awesome. So I'll send you guys these things over. There are no more questions. Wow, okay. Great. You can email me anytime, right, if you need anything. But the only other thing that I wanted to talk about is my new launch, which is really exciting for me. So I've been working with a lot of clients in the past few years, and I decided that I need to put something together to make it more effective for my clients. So what I've done, I took all the knowledge, all the experience I have, and I put it into an 8-week program, because I find 8 weeks is really the minimum you would need to start seeing results. So I call this program Fall for Fabulous. It's for the fall season. It's 8 weeks long, which includes a private assessment, and then we're gonna create a customized plan for you, and we're gonna work on that for 8 weeks together, one-on-one. This program might be good for some of you. It's not for everyone. So that's why I'm really only taking 10 people. I'm not accepting a lot of people. I'm accepting those who I think will benefit from it. The price is, the value is $600, but I am giving it for $350 for the first 10 people. And it's by application. So if you're interested, you can contact me and we'll chat, and you can apply, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I'll send you all the information. That's launching, I believe, next week at some point. I will send you the information. But that's pretty much it, guys. Wow, this was short. So you guys have, more time for yourself. Feel free to send me any questions that you may have that you forgot to ask me. And I will send a copy of this webinar to everyone and the free gifts. Sounds good? Okay. Have a good evening, everyone. Bye.